Hi, this is Rob from California. I'm in my Tesla Model 3. Today I'm going to see if we can trick Tesla's Autopilot. Tesla's Autopilot, when it's engaged, you actually have to keep your hand on the wheel, or if you don't have it on there, it takes about 15 to 20 seconds before it starts sending warnings and all kinds of notes saying, hey, put your hand on the wheels, make sure you're paying attention. So I'm going to see if there's a way to trick the Autopilot into thinking that I've got my hand on the wheel. First, let's go ahead and put it in autopilot mode. So down twice. So now let's go ahead and self-driving. So if I keep my hands off the wheel, which they are right now, let's see, it'll take about 15 to 20 seconds to change. There's also a neat thing too, adjusting their speed. You can use the little scroll wheel. You can move it down one notch at a time to move it up or down, or you can actually just flick it up and it goes 5-mile increments at a time, which is kind of handy. Up or down. Now I've still got my hands off the wheel, so I'm not putting any pressure on there. And we'll see when it starts coming up and saying, hey, you need to put your hand on the wheel. After it does that, it waits another 10 seconds or so, and then it'll start actually flashing blue at the screen. And eventually, if you wait too long, it'll actually turn off your autopilot mode, and you won't be able to use it for the rest of your drive. You'll actually have to pull over to the side of the road or pull off and put it in park, and then before you can engage it again. So there it goes. There's the first warning, right? Apply lightly. Now it's starting to flash blue, saying, hey, you need to do something. So I'm going to go ahead and touch a little bit, and now it starts, gives me that 15-second or 20-second timer again. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to actually take one of these little hand weights. I've used these for jogging. It's about, 1 to 2 pound weight. Now I'm going to try and actually strap it to the steering wheel right down here, where I normally kind of rest my hand when I'm driving in autopilot mode. And we'll see here if having this weight on here actually tricks the autopilot into thinking that I've got my hand on the wheel when I actually don't. So there it is in place. Autopilot's still on. I'll give it some more time and see what it does. See if it actually comes up and starts screaming at me or not. Again, no hands on the wheel, autopilot mode, weights in place, and we'll continue to watch the screen and see. Again, kind of adjusting my speeds, up or down. I can flick it up, spin it down, goes in 5-mile increments, which is kind of neat. And it's still driving itself. No warning yet. Wait and see how it goes. Give it a few more minutes, seconds, and see how if it comes up. Still no warning. Got the weight on there. Not touching it. Like I figured, the autopilot just wants to sense some kind of pressure. It's not like heat sensitive to your hand, your human touch. It's more of, hey, is there pressure on the steering wheel? Is there a hand there? And that's what kind of, I think, activates, lets the system know that somebody's actually touching the wheel and holding on to it. But I'm not touching it. And again, no warning coming up. I got the little weight on there. I can just let it drive by itself. And that way I don't have to keep worrying about touching it every 15 or 20 seconds or moving it or grabbing it and it turning off. And it just continues to drive. So that's one way, I guess, to trick it if you wanted to. Again, this is just kind of an experiment to see if I could actually do it. It looks like it is working. Not something I'd recommend, obviously. Tesla also advocates that you do pay attention when you're driving, even in autopilot mode, and make sure you got your hands on the wheel, and which is what I typically do. But again, I was kind of just curious to see if it's really just pressure or if it's any kind of heat sensitive to the human touch. And it looks like it is strictly just pressure, because again, still not touching it, no warning, still driving in autopilot mode. Well, there you go. Again, I don't recommend you do this, but it is interesting to know that it is done by pressure. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.